Hi again. I am Jean. I'm your FM wine guide, and I'm really excited to be having a wine adventure at Rustica with Chef Eric Watson today. Hey, Eric.
Hi,
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. So I am going to talk about food and wine pairing today, and I'm really excited to be standing with an expert to talk about that. But first of all, tell us a little bit about Rustica. Why it's a great place to have a wine adventure. What is your idea when you conceptualized Rustica as far as the culinary identity, and how does wine play a part in that?
Well, so Rustica, the whole idea is we want it to be casual and comfortable, cozy, all that good stuff. So the cozy ambiance for sure. So I think the food should match that, of course. So I think, at least in my perspective, our food is pretty darn approachable.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's elevated at
Yeah.
the same time. So it's approachable, it's affordable, nothing too crazy exotic on our menu, with a rare exception every once in a while. So we put together flavors that are a menu that's bright and fresh, lively. We think vegetables on a plate should look like a living garden. You know what I mean?
I like that.
So I mean, food should look fresh and vibrant and real. We like natural colors, which implies freshness and some nutrient density, all that good stuff, right? So we just kind of let natural foods do their thing.
Okay.
And we focus primarily on European flavors, Spanish, Italian, French primarily. So yeah, we just go from there. We put American twists into what we do, some contemporary twists into what we do, but we kind of focus on more of a traditional European concept.
Love it. I love so much of what you said there because it also kind of mirrors a lot of my philosophy with wine. It should elevate your experience, and wine certainly is that. Just so many people, wine is kind of this, oh, it's too sophisticated and scary, but
Sure.
it really shouldn't be. Wine, I always like to say wine is food. And it's just kind of the next level of adding an element to the plate, and it shouldn't be intimidating. I feel like you've done that with your wine list here too, where there are elevated choices of authenticity of people doing ground to glass farming as far as the winemakers on your list, but they're not crazy expensive. They're fun and they match your food well. So what are some of the aspects when we get down to food pairing? People are really intimidated, like what goes with what? I have no idea how to pair wine with food, but how do you put a plate together when you're conceptualizing a dish?
Well, first of all, I think stepping back a little bit,
Yeah.
I kind of like the idea of how Italians eat and drink,
Yeah.
you know, and that's kind of how I operate, because I know most Italian wines are created with the purpose of just drinking and enjoying with many different foods,
Okay.
as opposed to always being so stressed out about exactly what to pair it with. So
Yeah.
that's kind of how we create our food and our food menu and our wine menu here. At least that's the intention.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, but beyond that, I mean, we're obviously focusing on all the flavor components that you would think would go into a plate. So obviously the way fats and acids compare to one another, or how they react with one another. We put a lot of emphasis on that umami, or that like intense savoriness in food. And of course, chefs, I think, know how to use salt for the most part, or else you should. So it's kind of funny, we always say season with salt and pepper, but I think you probably should be saying season with sodium and spice, or sodium and
Sure.
heat, that sort of thing, because salt and pepper, or like salt and heat, come in so many different shapes and forms and everything. So we definitely spend time trying to figure out, you know, how these flavors hit your palate.
Right.
We try not to get too sophisticated about it. We think that natural ingredients do most of the talking themselves.
Sure.
But definitely some thought goes into how it pairs. So for
Right.
sure.
And that's just the next level with wine. So when you think about how all these sort of components go into making the food taste balanced, when I think about how do I pair a wine with that plate, it's just kind of the next layer of things, the same kind of components, the acid, the alcohol, the body of the wine, and you're talking about the seasoning. Of course, there's not salt in wine, but there's flavors there. So I'm kind of thinking of how are the herbal/fruity flavors going to match with the dish.
Sure.
But again, here's the good news: wine has acid, and it has some alcohol, and it has flavor, and wine pairs with food.
For sure.
Period. So there's almost no going wrong. Drink wine with your food. It's wonderful. That being said, there are some pairings that are going to be more successful than others.
Absolutely.
So some basic rules that I follow if you want to be more successful is look for a wine with higher acid, look for a wine with a little lower alcohol, because alcohol can overcome it, and then a great rule is what grows together goes together. So we've got this sort of Italian inspired Antipasto dish with an Italian wine that's slightly high acid, that has a variety of flavors that'll complement this dish well. So you're going to tell us why you like this wine. I'm going to tell everyone what it is. This is Palladino's Barbera d'Alba, and it is from Piedmont, Italy. So there it is backwards for you. And it's one of my favorite wines by the bottle here at Rustica, because it's just very diverse and pairing with a lot of your food. So what do you like about it?
Well, yeah, I'm not going to get too scientific or complex on you. I like it for the same reason you just said, because it's diverse. And so when you taste it, I think it's super fresh tasting, and it's vibrant and on the drier side. And I think it's versatile with a lot of our foods here. It's affordable, approachable, and I think really easy to drink too. I mean, it's easy to drink for sure.
You should have some.
I will.
Yeah, this is the kind of wine that, like you're talking about, Italian culture is just open up a bottle with friends and have a table full of food and share it together. It's something you consume together as a shared experience, elevates the experience, but it doesn't have to be too complicated or expensive. So thank you for talking to me about food and wine today.
Yeah, for sure.
Rustica is a great place. They have a wonderful buy the bottle list and glassware list and happy hours where you can get good food and wine specials too. So tell me a little bit about the specials here.
Well, specials, happy hour or specials, or both? So so happy hour, of course, I think is the best deal in town. I mean, really quality-driven food for very affordable price during happy hour. And it's not like we're making things smaller. I mean, you get the same portion for half the price. So otherwise, specials that we do here, again, we do our best to drive it based on seasonality as much as possible. Quality, again, just quality ingredients. We do a lot of fish specials, some game meats every once in a while, handmade pasta specials. So a variety of different things. Again, kind of driven by classic European concepts, but with some contemporary twists.
Well, I always have the best time here. So come on out, have your next wine adventure at Rustica. Try something fun by the glass, some appetizers, or pick up a bottle of the Palladino Barbera d'Alba. You will enjoy yourself. All right, have a great day. Thanks, Eric.
Yep.